Evander Kane, a player that over his career thus far has made quite a name for himself in the hockey world for more reasons than one. Besides his offensive expertise that the forward brings to the playing surface, Kane, over the course of the near decade he's now been in the league, has made a few enemies. In this video, I'm going to go over the top 3 players that hate Evander Kane. And with that, here are Evander Kane's top 3 haters. After reportedly clashing with teammates in Manitoba, Kane, after moving to the Eastern Conference, problems in the locker room seemingly followed during his stay in Buffalo. Following a losing stint for the Sabres of 5 games while they were simultaneously sitting at the bottom of the conference, things in January of 2018 quickly became physical during a team practice. After reportedly tussling with Zach Bogosian, Kane became tangled up with another blue liner in Justin Faulk. The incident was the result of Kane telling Faulk to watch his stick, then immediately after, the defenseman lost it on his former teammate, who, while shoving Kane, called him selfish and told him to shut up. While this could just be almost typical, as both players involved made it seem, Faulk, when asked if he and Kane reconciled after, simply replied with, "I have an appointment at the library to read to a couple of kids here in half an hour or so I have to get going," he says. Regardless, in a little more than a month later, Kane quickly found himself being shipped to San Jose. Therefore, it's easy to speculate that things between Faulk and Kane weren't exactly cordial. Sometimes looks can be deceiving, as despite Byfuglien and Kane seemingly laughing and cutting it up here, under the surface, things weren't always sunshine and rainbows between them. Contrary to popular belief that the rift began between the two much later in February of 2015, a photo that surfaced that was taken in October the year before, months before the incident that ultimately sealed Kane's fate in Winnipeg, showed something completely different. The photo, according to Yahoo Sports, was taken after a game in Nassau Coliseum, which depicts Kane, who was injured at the time, greeting teammates post-game, and Byfuglien, who apparently wasn't thrilled to see his teammate, displaying an offensive gesture that's not too hard to decipher. And months later, in February, Byfuglien again proved that Kane wasn't exactly his favorite on the team, by reportedly throwing his tracksuit, which was deemed out of dress code, that he showed up for in a team meeting into the locker room showers. Definitely a rivalry that had NHL fans engaged during the postseason of 2018 was the one between division rivals Evander Kane and Ryan Reaves, as the two had multiple run-ins since coming into the league, with several slashes, questionable hits, and verbal altercations. Therefore, there's no doubt that early on, there was immense potential for some real beef. And it wasn't until they both were finally on rival teams that the rivalry was able to take center stage, as during the third period of the first round of the 2018 postseason, the bad blood that had been brewing between these two eventually boiled over. Following some jawing back and forth, Reaves and Kane finally let their fists do the talking in the final minutes of the third period. And as many would just call it a night and be done with it, the chirping didn't stop simply because the two engaged in a punch-in-the-face contest. Following the win in Vegas, Reaves didn't hold back when asked if he found any new respect for his rival, while saying, "Yeah, maybe a little, but not a lot to be honest. I'm not ever really gonna respect that guy," he says. And Kane, unsurprisingly, retorted while saying, "For the so-called toughest guy in the league, I don't know if he landed a punch. At times, I thought I was fighting the Muffin Man. I didn't expect that. I expected more of a battle," he says. Both players since have taken to social media while still indulging in the rivalry, and there's no doubt that the distaste between the two still remains.